Ho, ho, ho! Happy Albumble! Yo, ho, ho!
Welcome to Black Friday deals from Albumble. We've got half-assed reviews at half price. We've got quarter-assed reviews at a quarter of their original price. And we've got 1/10-assed reviews, which we're just giving away for free, to be honest. Hello.
Hello!
She's Anne.
You're not.
And
I'm not. Oh, you confused me.
and we've just broken the Albumble podcast.
Yes.
So welcome along.
Hello, everybody. I know it isn't Christmas, but by the time we do the next one,
Right. Now,
it'll be next year.
the thing about podcasts is
Yeah.
people don't necessarily
That's
listen
true.
to them at the time that they're made.
Yes.
So somebody might be listening to this on a beach in Puerto Rico.
Good for them.
Admittedly, it's unlikely.
No, that's
But
true.
yeah, and might be sat there thinking, why are they banging on about Christmas?
Happy insert day here day.
Yeah, happy Bastille Day, everyone.
Happy Halloween. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy anniversary. Happy birthday.
Done?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I can't think of any more days.
So this be podcast where we think about album what
Yes.
we didn't think
welcome
before.
Welcome to Albumble, where we review the albums we didn't view the first time around.
Yeah,
That's the tagline, I think.
well, it's something like that.
Yes. Basically, we take albums and review them. That's I
thought you were gonna-
basic shit.
We albums and yes.
We albums, we talk.
We both lost the ability to speak properly now.
Right. Do you have anything to say? Or
Well, I was just going to look through the list.
yeah.
Um,
Is anybody recently we've looked at?
so that would be Mel and Kim, the Kays, Buzz Cox, Gustav, Scritty Politti, the Black Kids, and the Monkeys.
Well,
No,
some of them, it's a bit hard to have new.
The Kays have announced some festival stuff
nice.
for next year, which is already. It's quite nice to see that they're being used as one of the sort of the big sales
Yes.
pitches for some of the festivals as well. But aside from that, no. Do I need to go into the other ones as well?
Let's have a little look.
Yanis and the Yaw have a live album out.
Oh.
And I think that's probably about it.
Yeah.
This is where you... Oh, and Pulp have got another single out, which I don't think was on the More album.
Oh, right, okay.
So whether that was
Oh.
a little leftover tidbit
Yes.
from that popped up on my my streaming release list this week.
Okay. Right.
So in this episode,
It was your choice.
yes,
And you chose.
Indian Summer by Go West.
Now, do you want to tell the listeners the story behind? Because let's just get. I would say that Go West is not our normal oeuvre of listening choice.
No, that's fair. I
So
think.
why choose this?
The week or so before recording the last podcast,
Yeah.
my PayPal account had been a bit skint,
Okay.
and I'd been looking around for a few things to put up on Discogs,
Yeah.
to try and get a few quid in there.
Okay.
And I happened across a pre-recorded mini disc copy of Indian Summer by Go West, which I probably listened to once after I'd bought it,
Yeah.
or possibly a couple of times for the King of Wishful Thinking.
Yeah.
And thought, oh, I know mini discs do fairly well these days. Let's have a look at what that is. Oh, there hasn't been a copy sold on Discogs for the last 6 years.
Oops.
So I put it on there. I mean, obviously, you can go and look up prices of sales on Discogs.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a massive secret. I put it up there at what I thought was a stupidly ambitious price,
Yeah.
with a thing on there saying open to offers, and within 12 hours, somebody had bought it at the stupidly ambitious price.
Yeah.
So, yes, I did well out of that, and I thought, do you know what? Perhaps, in retrospect, we ought to go back and listen to this
Give
album.
it a bit of love.
Yeah, listen to this album, which I think I possibly bought in Our Price, or perhaps it was Virgin V Store by then, on the bottom floor of the galleries in Bristol, when they were clearing out pre-recorded mini discs towards the end of the 90s. And obviously, I should have perhaps cleared the shelves there, given what pre-recorded mini discs seem to sell for now.
So, are pre-recorded... Is that... Sorry, let me say that in a better way. Did that album sell at a ridiculous price because it was a mini disc?
Yes.
Right, okay.
This album, if you want to buy a copy on CD, you can do that for £2 or £3 all day long.
Yeah.
No shortage of copies. If you want a copy on vinyl, or you want a copy on mini disc,
or
you're
cassette.
looking at... Less so cassette, but vinyl or mini disc, you're looking at stupid money for them. And it's the whole way that music collecting works now. It is gone a bit mad to me, because the thing that's probably going to provide you the best sound quality out of the options there is probably going to be the CD.
Yes,
and yet that's also the cheapest way to do it. So anyway.
Right.
Let's have a wander through and see what we thought of this.
Yes.
So, this was the third album by Peter Cox and Richard Drummie, who didn't play the drums.
That's a shame, isn't it?
As Go West. It was released in 1992, November 92 as well.
Okay.
With the lead and by far best known, most successful single from it, The King of Wishful Thinking, having been released 2 years previously.
Yeah, it does feel a bit like... I know we're saying this a little bit out of order, because we may well talk about this when we're talking about that actual song, but it does feel that was placed on there as a carrot. Oh, it's the album with that song from that film on it. It'll be full of bangers like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking I should possibly have started this with an apology to you.
Yes.
It was their first album in 5 years.
But that's how it was, though, in the old days.
Well, I'm not sure it was.
'Cause I think, like, nowadays, you get people like Rihanna who are either popping out albums or popping out kids. It's either one or t'other. Whilst I think in the olden days, you were allowed, 2 or 3 years between an album. But I guess that's the music industry now, in the fact that you don't, you make the money out of the sponsorships, the collaborations, the touring, rather than the actual physical music coming out.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are still people who will churn albums out, and there are also people who will have long gaps between albums. What I feel, without wanting to preempt what we're going to talk about too much here, is that stylistically, for an album that was 5 years after, and let's say 87 to 92 in the pop industry,
very different,
was pretty tumultuous times. And I think this took a long time to be released, and then perhaps wasn't or hadn't moved with the times.
Yeah, it's kind of, at times you feel like it's missed the boat.
Yeah.
It's either it's too late.
Yeah.
Or they haven't quite moved with the times.
Yes, and I think that may become a recurrent theme. Anyway, there were no singles from their previous album, which was 1987's Dancing on the Couch, which just sounds wrong to me.
Yes.
None of the singles from that album broke the top 40.
Ouch.
So they had not had a hit since their first album in 1984.
Yeah, maybe that's why they took a bit too long.
Well,
maybe they were being too cautious.
Possibly. I do wonder if King of Wishful Thinking was more of a surprise hit for them. Because, I mean, that was their first proper hit in a good 5 or 6 years when that hit the charts in 1990. Yeah. So anyway, we'll have a wander through this. Track 1 is the second single that was taken from the album, which was released contemporaneously with this album in late 1992, which was Faithful.
Faithful, yes. So, nice, strong opening track. They've come out with one of the singles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite... what do they call it? Adult contemporary. I was going to say it's middle of the road, but it's not that. It's more the Radio 2.
It's either AOR or MOR.
MOR, yes. It's your standard pop fare type thing. Nothing particularly outstanding or kind of rocking the boat. There's no... great waves. There is, however, an interesting key change after the Lean On Me refrain, which does give it a slight Eurovision twist, which then made me think that actually there is a Eurovision song which sounds quite like this.
Oh, which
was
that?
The Polish entry of 1998.
Oh, come on, everyone, sing along.
But which does also... bring to mind the fact that we always say that Eurovision is contemporary, except it's about 5 or 6 years behind the times, which would make sense if that was 1998 and this was 1992. So that does kind of...
Except that this was already 5
exactly.
years out.
Exactly.
I vaguely remember this being a single at the time. I can't imagine this would have sounded earth-shattering in 1992.
No.
But it's nicely put together. It's a decent pop song. But yeah, as you've said, and I wrote my notes down. I haven't gone back and revised them. So if you find I'm saying
the same
similar
thing again.
This does feel about 6 years after this should have been released. Because I think if you'd released something like this when their second album was released, 86, 87, I think this would have been a much bigger hit because it sounds much more of that time.
Yeah.
This era for me is really interesting because everything seemed to go out of date very quickly.
Yes.
Whereas now we can have pop songs from any point in the last 20, 25 years on the radio and not bat an eyelid at them being thought of as contemporary.
Yeah.
In 1992, if something was 2 years old, it was, why are you playing this? This is so old. And that sort of approach to it. That for me seemed to be something that changed about the turn of the millennium. And pop music has just sort of stayed fairly stable since then.
Yeah.
Obviously we have now the pop girl thing, which apparently that's the correct terminology for it.
Okay.
So I saw an album, the Pop Girl Wave or something like that, which is... I looked at the track list on there and thought, I know who none of these people are. So that's... This as well is 4.5 minutes long. It has run out of steam after 3.
Yeah, there is an extremely long outro as well.
Yeah.
Where it then just fades out, which is what songs did.
Well, it gets to 4 minutes and then goes into a truly rotten fade out.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to say that there may be further comments about bad song endings through this album. So, anything else you wish to add?
No, nothing more that you haven't said.
Track 2 was the fourth single. The fourth single, Still in Love.
So this starts off with a rather sleazy sax, like it's come from the Midnight Caller TV show opening title.
I did look up his name.
Oh, right.
Kirk Whalum is the sax player.
Kirk Whalum.
Yes, there's going to be more on him later.
The chorus really carries this song. If it has any with stilts.
Yeah.
The verses really do amble and meander and don't really have a structure which is at all memorable.
No.
I do feel like it is, and we may touch on this several times, is that this song in particular does sound like it is a vehicle for Peter Cox to just have a warble and to do a look at me do all these runs, and because I always felt like their earlier stuff was much more poppy, and it was less about actually he can sing, whilst this album has a lot more of we could do all that stuff, but I actually do have a good voice. So maybe there's a bit of frustration in this album that they're trying to go from the pop stars to actually we're a, I don't know what they
actually
would call
Peter
pop
Cox
soul.
Peter Cox thinks he's George Michael.
Yes.
And I think, and obviously he's still churning
He's still
out,
going. Do you remember?
solo albums.
Do you remember him on Reborn in the USA?
No.
Oh,
Was that the one that had Bernie Clifton on it as well?
no,
Or was that...
no. This was when we had. Oh God, what was it called? Can't break the
Come
heart
Back.
of a So they did like a version of that in the UK, but what they did is they got a load of Z-list former pop stars on a bus and got them to tour around the USA. And then, like, each week they'd vote someone off. So they had people like Sonia and Michelle Gale.
Okay.
And the twat from Dollar.
Okay.
And people like... And Peter Cox was on it as well.
Right, okay.
Who came third.
Okay.
Behind said Michelle Gale and Tony Hadley.
Right, okay.
So...
I mean, Tony Hadley, dismissing Tony Hadley as a sort of chancer.
Possibly when this was done, which was 2003.
Yeah.
Possibly he was that obviously he was still famous. If you said, "Oh, Tony Hadley's on the show," you'd know who he was. But I guess possibly in America by that time.
Yeah, okay.
You might not know the name. Anyway, I digress.
But no. Obviously Peter Cox's solo career was very much listen to me making grown-up music, which I'm not sure there was ever a massive market for.
No.
But the freeform sax intro breaks into this sort of, it's weak, it's 80s mid-tempo ballad territory. I wrote, this song is so middle of the road, it could be called Central Reservations.
Yes.
The breakout into the sax solo in the middle of the song really serves to demonstrate how completely out of era we are here. Because that was something that was early to mid-80s on American soul records, which is what Peter Cox desperately wanted to make an American soul record.
We did not need this because we had Michael McDonald at home.
Yeah. After almost 5 minutes of this, it goes into another rotten fade.
Yeah.
And could they really not have thought of a proper way to finish this song? Because they could have done a ritual sacrifice of the sax player or something like that. But the way it just gets, it's been drifting along. Oh, there's not even a proper end to it.
Yeah.
How do you perform that live? Does he just have a big knob on the front of the amplifier and just gets towards the end of every song and just starts turning it down?
I thought you were making him sound like he was a big knob.
A big knob, yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Track 3 is Tell Me. Oh, tell me that's not another sax intro.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
And the lyrics here again are slightly banal, slightly basic.
Yep.
It's all the same kind of, oh girl, I love you, oh I miss you, oh I want you, oh,
It is.
It's all that.
It is the second song again.
Yes.
It's just a repeat of that.
Blue-eyed
mid-tempo soul before we get to a rotten fade out at the end.
Yeah, I also wrote the last minute really wasn't needed.
No.
A lot of what needs to happen was in the first half of the song.
Yeah.
And could have been half the length.
What gets me about this album is there's only one track under 4 minutes.
Yes. I mean, in fairness, that wasn't unusual in the 80s or 90s, but it does make it feel very too similar.
Yeah. And it does make some of the tracks on here feel like an absolute chore.
Yeah.
Because after about 2.5 minutes of them, you're thinking, I've heard what this has to offer.
Yes.
Track 4 is That's What Love Can Do.
So it starts off with a nice change of pace and rhythm, but then makes way for the same old stuff that we've heard before. I did have a question, though, about the lyrics of this song.
Right.
Because he talks about turning a wise man into a fool, and that's what love can do.
No, that's what TikTok can do.
Yeah, well, that's true, yes, that as well. So that confused me, because I didn't know whether he was being positive or negative. Because obviously if you're turning a wise man into a fool,
yeah,
that's a bad thing. But
that's how powerful love is.
Yeah.
And that's what this album's about. It's about love.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
I was just glad that we were back in the realms of upbeat pop.
Yes.
When this kicked out. And honestly, I just listened. I heard the sort of opening few bars of this and thought, do you know what? I'm not going to take the piss out of upbeat pop music ever again, because we can just be relieved that this isn't another sludgy soul track. Even though it feels quite dated, it's quite refreshing after Still in Love and Tell Me, which felt like a chore.
Yes.
Even at a dinner party in a brand new baritone, that was going to be a bit of a drudge. I'm not sure about the sleigh bell breakdown after about 3 minutes in there, but it thankfully didn't last too long. Again, I think this could have been a reasonable hit in 1989.
Yeah.
Being powered along by the bass is quite good, but also I couldn't listen to it without thinking it was going to turn into Disco Inferno. Because I don't know, it's not exactly but it has very much that vibe about it. The song has an awful fade at the end of it. Because of course it does.
Again.
Yeah. So track 5, we're onto our obligatory cover.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
Of Bobby Caldwell's 1978 hit, in inverted commas, What You Won't Do for Love. No, me either.
No. So again, this feels quite indulgent.
Yes.
Self-indulgent. Very much, I'm going to sing the song because I like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't really fit.
No.
It's
also the third single from the album.
Yeah,
as well.
I know. Why?
Yeah.
No one asked for this.
And it feels very much like, I'm guessing it's Peter Cox.
Yes.
But it does feel very much like he's decided, oh, this is on here. This is an important song on this album, because he really likes the song.
Yes.
Rather than there actually being any reason for it to be here.
So the whole vibe of the song gave me Shack Attack stroke music from CFAX vibes.
Yeah.
Which is also indicated by the fact that the song is frankly identical to the original.
Yeah.
Which is just like, why? Why would you even do that? Do something a little bit more inventive.
Yeah.
You know, do something.
Yes. I wrote, it's all a bit Cleopatra and not enough FTW.
Yeah.
Which are my ends of the cover version spectrum.
Yeah.
Because Cleopatra's version of I Want You Back is exactly the same as the Jackson 5's, and FTW's cover of You Can Call Me Al is amazing.
Yeah.
Is it going to have a fade worse than a cheap haircut on a teenager? Of course it does.
Of course it is.
It doesn't scream out as something that demands to be covered, no matter how many bits of stabby synth decoration you add to it. And I don't understand, as you said, this point of doing a cover that's just the same as the original.
I guess it is also lathering on we're a serious soul band. We can do proper music. We can sing. I can sing properly.
Yeah.
We're doing a proper songwritery song.
Yeah.
Look at me, listen to me.
Okay. Track 6 is the first single from the album, as previously discussed.
Yeah.
It's the hit, King of Wishful Thinking.
Yes. So, I mean, I think this is the carrot that's kind of dangled.
It's a fucking big carrot.
I also find it very interesting that they stick this as like the filling in the sandwich.
Yeah.
Almost like they're trying to make you go through the other tracks before you get to the good one.
Yeah. Although, I mean, they have front-loaded side 1 of this album for the few people that did buy it on vinyl with all the singles.
Yes.
Now, I appreciate in the scheme of this album that doesn't actually mean a great deal. But listening to this, I can't help but wonder why they didn't record a more upbeat album. Because this had been a big hit for them. And I think demonstrated that there was public interest in this sort of thing. It remains something that you will regularly hear on retro daytime radio, that sort of thing. And I can't help but think if they got the album out in less than 2 years after this had been in the charts, they might have retained more traction as a band rather than... But then I get the feeling by this point Peter Cox was veering off, ready to do all his solo stuff anyway. I do also wonder, was this just shoehorned into the album because it hadn't been released on an album?
I think so.
Because tonally, this is different to everything else we've had so far. I mean, obviously, Faithful is a little bit similar to it. But this is so much more exuberant and joyous than anything we've had on there. But at least it does finish with a shit fade.
It does. I do also wonder with this song, thinking about the kind of upbeatness of it.
Yeah.
And I mean this in a positive way. I don't mean this in a sly way. Whether it had any influence by what was going on with the PWL stuff, being a bit more poppy.
Yeah, I suppose it does sound like if somebody had actually taken a bit of time to do a PWL song properly, rather than just churn it through with everything that you're expecting on there. But yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, I also think this song actually is very clever structurally. There's a lot of interesting idioms and internal rhymes and lesser known couplets.
Yeah.
Instead of like wire, fire, desire, higher.
Yeah.
Which is like there's one Eurovision song every year that has some or all of those in them. It's like things like My Ship's Not Sinking, King of Wishful Thinking.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting as a rhyme.
Yes.
And this has quite a lot of them, which makes it a nice, easy song to remember.
Yeah.
Because the words are so different. And that also stands out from the same old, I love you, girl, be my girl, I want to be your man. Oh, I can't last a day without you.
Yeah.
And that kind of pleading.
It is noticeable that 3 out of the first 5 tracks on this album contain the word love in the title. So it's, yes. So anyway, on from the hit to the final track on side 1, if you bought the very expensive and much beloved vinyl version now, apparently, The Sun and the Moon. And guess what? Kirk Whalum and his sax are back in town.
So at least this is also a slight difference because this is a kind of slow waltz number.
Yeah.
But once again, the lyrics show rather trampled ground, very soppy.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what else you would expect from something like the sun and the moon. I'm the sun and you are my moon.
I'd expect something shining out your trousers.
Yeah. It's not the Moldovan version. Soirele, soirele, soirele și luna. See that, you know, if that had been on here, it really would have stood out. Anyway, we digress.
I just put 3 words, which was earnest sounding trudger.
Yeah.
But there is something truly remarkable about this song.
What is it?
It's got a proper fucking finish to it.
No? Yes, that's true.
Fade out.
It doesn't.
It actually has an end to it. So perhaps that was because it was ending that side of the album and they wanted them to turn it over. So, yes. On into side 2, which starts with Count Me Out. Do, 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 do. Oh, no, sorry.
So this is it starts off quite funky. Has got a kind of pop sound to it. Slightly dated, though. It does have, 1980s kind of B-side on a Johnny Logan thing.
Yeah.
Feel to it. And then it has a Bruce Hornsby-esque piano instrumental halfway through, but then doesn't go into the way it is.
That almost sounded a bit flamenco to me.
Yeah,
that middle 8 that it goes into.
I think it sounded quite rhythmical compared to everything else around it.
Yes. The promising, lengthy, upbeat intro, again with that sort of funky bass in it and lots of library music synths going on. Lyrically, totally unadventurous.
No.
I thought Peter Cox's vocals on this probably had the most conviction of anything we've heard. So that was quite nice to hear. I'd have liked it if it had gone a bit further and been a bit more dramatic, because I think that's what the structure of this song really wants to do.
Mm.
If you consider that this was released a year after Love to Hate You by Erasure, and you think how extravagant and how over the top that is, and then
but they're serious.
But this feels like he's decided, I want to do a version of Love to Hate You by Erasure, but in the closet. That's what this had me thinking. Lads, just let yourself go for a few minutes and actually enjoy it. No, stop being serious. So, okay. Next song is Crystal Ball, which is the only song on the album solely written by Richard Drummie.
Oh. So we have more sax.
Yeah.
And it's another slow number. And by this point, the lyrics are starting to get very monotonous. It's like the same... although what I would say is it's interesting that you said that this is the only song that's written by Drummie himself, is that this gave me Chains Tina Arena vibes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of like that atmospheric, not actually very much going on vibe.
Okay.
But yes.
I've written some notes.
Go on.
Our roller coaster ride around the mid-tempos continues as we take another nosedive back into a dreary soul number, decorated once again by Kirk Whalen's sax, which goes for a full-on solo in the middle 8 before it bridges back to the least existent chorus ever.
Yeah.
I've got a crossword clue for you. Cow's poo adds 5 to a craze.
Pat is a cow poo, isn't it? No? I'm not good at these kind of things. What was the second bit?
Cow's poo adds 5 to a craze. 4-4.
Pat V adds 5. No? V? No? Just tell me the answer. Don't know.
A craze is a fad.
Fad.
If you add the 5th letter of the alphabet to it, you get fade. And cow's poo is shit. So we have a shit fade.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking too literal. I did say I'm no good at those kind of crossword clues.
Track 10 is Forget That Girl.
Yeah. Well, forget that song.
Forget this album. No, sorry.
Go on, you go first.
The opening synths are straight from 1984,
Yeah.
which I did actually quite enjoy, but thought, would I have enjoyed that in 1992?
No.
Possibly not. The farty brass going on through this cannot save what I've described as sub-Kenny Thomas filler.
Yes. Yeah.
It potentially could have been a half-decent and far more upbeat pop song in the hands of somebody more adventurous.
Yes. Yeah.
But isn't.
I did think there was a slightly changed perspective in the lyrics, because instead of it being about, oh, I've lost my girl, oh, I love you, it's Peter Cox talking to somebody else about what you need to do.
Yeah.
So it was like second hand. So at least there was like a slight shift in what the song was about.
I'll be honest, I didn't get that far.
Right.
I think I tuned out.
There are some nice idioms and some nice couplets in there. I thought it was quite C-faxy.
Yeah.
Although the bit that really did get me is he said, "Don't let her rule." Don't make the rule. Straight out of like the club scene. I had to look up the lyrics because I thought he was just going dee bapa doo like that. And I saw the lyrics and like, "Don't let her rule." I was like, "Don't make the rule." So yes, that was quite funny.
Can you guess how this song finishes?
Is it the cow?
It's the cow's back, yes. Track 11 is Blue Beat. And if there were ever a song that you can hear how it's going to sound before it starts, it's this one.
Yes. You can go if you want.
The title is straight from production library music.
Yes.
And when the intro kicks in, we're treated to a thin adaptation of Undercover's cover of Never Let Her Slip Away.
That's what I've written here.
Jolly good. It's apparently, according to Spotify, the least played track on the album.
No shit, Sherlock.
Apparently. Yeah, apparently Pete's heart has had a blue beat for 4 minutes until he meets one half of Shakespeare's sister, Siobhan Fady.
I was thinking you were going to say something like, he's had a blue heart for 4 minutes. Not even a defibrillator could beat my back.
Back! Ba-doom, ba-doom.
Yes, again, self-indulgent, very knowing, very kind of
smug. Yeah.
Yeah,
very kind of. Oh, listen to us. We're doing soul.
Yes,
we're almost.
I can sing.
We're almost at the jazz club.
Yes,
nice. Track 12 is "I Want You Back," which sadly isn't a Jackson 5 cover.
No. Again, slightly more modern-ish.
Yeah.
I thought there was a nice difference because the verses were kind of on the beat. But the chorus was a da 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 da, more kind of syncopated. So there was a slight difference there. However, what really dated this track was the bridge,
the keyboard solo,
and the organ break,
yes,
which it was like. You know, it's almost like somebody wrote 2 songs and just kind of spliced.
You mean like The Chain by Fleetwood Mac?
Yes, yeah.
I wrote, what it lacks in pace, it makes up for in lyrical laziness. And perhaps that's a bit harsh, because in view of the preceding 3 tracks, this is a little bit more interesting and has a bit more structure to it. But yeah, that middle 8 is very indulgent. I've put... ends with a misspelled, disgraced owner of Harrods, Al Fady.
Oh, dear.
Okay. The final track is A Taste of Things to Come.
Lovely. Now, this song has got an additional songwriter on it. Now, unfortunately, I've just lost the Wikipedia that I was going to talk about. So you might
Okay.
need to fill it in until I find
the additional songwriter is Colin Campsey, who I believe was one of the either additional performers or engineers or something like that on the album.
Yes. So this song does sound quite up-tempo.
Yeah.
And does sound quite different. And this may well be down to him.
Right,
Because he's
okay.
had a hand in a lot of interesting songs.
Okay.
Which we have. He had Wishing I Was There by Natalie Imbruglia.
Okay, yeah.
That Cry Me Out, Pixie Lott.
Oh, God.
I Quit by Hepburn. And the favourite one is he wrote I Want It Right Now.
By the Backstreet Boys?
No.
No. By
Chantel from Big Brother.
Flipping it.
You know when she went into Big Brother and she said, I'm from Candy Floss with a K?
Yes.
And she had to sing that song. He wrote that. I want it all. I want it. Which apparently, according to here, was actually originally slated for Kylie.
Good Lord, no it wasn't.
And also, he's been married and divorced to Beverly Craven.
Okay, promise me Beverly Craven.
Yes.
Okay, right.
So yes, after that slight sojourn into his life,
Yeah.
as well,
Thank you for that.
it's slightly funkier. The lyrics almost verge onto double entendre because there's a lot of kind of sit on me or things like come on me or something, and I'm like, oh really? I'm sure they say something like that.
Yes.
It almost reverts back to the very first track.
Yes. Yeah.
A more kind of up-tempo vibe. There is I've written the word choral down. There's more like a very full backing vocal
Right.
that's on this track that just makes it sound a little bit more different. I almost kind of feel like if they'd gone down the slight soul stroke gospel
Yes.
thing of take me seriously,
Yeah.
I can sing,
Yeah.
they might have got away with being a bit more self-indulgent.
Yeah. But it's almost as if, as performers, they could do with having better people around them, writing better things. Now, this is called A Taste of Things to Come. Now, clearly it wasn't A Taste of Things to Come because it was the final track on their final studio album to date. But after all we've been through, I can't be ungrateful that it's the final track. The opening is firmly back in 1986.
Yeah.
And I'm half expecting Jackie Graham to turn up as a guest vocalist.
That would be good.
On the plus side, it does sound as if Coxie and Drummie, which was how I was referring to them at this point, have finally woken up and decided they better finish the album with a bit of an upbeat song. Even if it does sound like a reworking of King of Wishful Thinking, right down to the synth brass stabs that are decorating it all the way through. They could really have surprised us here by turning up with something that's bang up to date and zeitgeisty, but instead it just serves to illustrate how stuck in their ways they'd become at this point. The fade out on the end of this is probably the laziest one. And this is fade out number 12 of 13 tracks. They haven't even bothered waiting until the vocals are finished.
No,
they just like
wind it all in.
That's it. Fuck it. We've had enough of this now, and just finish it right there and then.
Which, considering that it's the shorter song on the album, they possibly could have let it go another 15 seconds at least, till they finished, and then kind of tone it down.
Yeah, or just finish it properly.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for enduring this with us. If you've got any inclination to go and listen to this album,
why would you? Go the doctor.
No, yeah. In fairness, I hadn't appreciated quite what I was letting us in for when I suggested
I think
this.
it's quite interesting that we've had something that we could rip apart a little bit.
Well, the truth is, what you've got here is a reasonable 4-track EP.
Yeah.
That unfortunately has 9 songs accompanying it. So, right, we'll see you the other side of this. Well, after all that, it's quite a relief that we were both on the same page about that album.
Yes.
Even if it wasn't the most enjoyable of experiences, at least it was a thing.
Yes, it was a thing.
Yeah.
And if you do like that album, then well done you.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there are people out there who do. Obviously, somebody really liked,
Yes.
or liked the prospect of having it on mini disc.
Yes.
Which I cannot complain about.
No.
It's one of those albums. There seem to be quite a lot of them around in the late 80s, early 90s. And this is something that went on for years after it as well, where the singles sold you something different to what the rest of the album was.
Yes.
I mean, we're not talking Babylon Zoo's levels of misdirection here, although I think that was possibly a far better album than it was ever given credit for. I also recall the only other thing that it put me in mind of was Corinne Bailey Rae's first album.
All right.
When after the success of the first couple of singles, Girl Put Your Records On, and the other one, I'm struggling to remember the name of, they were releasing just the lightest, wispiest songs off the album. And the album itself is actually a lot more, not upbeat isn't the right word, but has far more of a push to it.
Yes.
Than if you're expecting it, if you buy that album expecting a load of Norah Jonesy stuff.
Yes.
Sort of very watered down Norah Jonesy stuff. That's not what the album was, which was quite disappointing in all honesty, because I'd much rather have heard that released as the singles. But anyway, we have to decide where we're going next, don't we?
Yes. I'm in two minds because I've got 2 albums that I think could be interesting.
Right.
But one of them is more shorter than the other. So do you want something long or do you want something short?
I don't mind. You can choose.
Okay. I will give you the shorter one then.
Right.
So I would like us to listen to the second album.
Right.
By the Midlands. I think they're from the Midlands, actually, but I'd not say that, actually. The second album by Corner Shop.
Okay.
So their second album was released in 1994.
Right.
And it's called Hold On, It Hurts.
Okay.
Now, you have to be very careful. I'm not going to give too much away here.
Right.
But if you go on, like, their Spotify, you will notice that there is another album of theirs.
Right.
Called, now I've just lost it. Called Hold On, It's Easy.
Oh, okay.
Not that one.
Right.
Hold On.
We want the pain.
We want the
rather than the enjoyment.
Pine. Hold On, It Hurts.
Right.
And just to give you a little tease, the first song on Hold On, It Hurts possibly has the best line, the best title ever. It's called Jason Donovan, Tessa Sanderson.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
It's only got 10 songs on it.
Right.
And all the songs are about 2 to 3 minutes long.
Lovely.
Except for song 10, which is over 7.
That's all right.
So it's kind of a bit...
If you're you're keeping your pop songs nice, short and punchy, you're allowed to do an opus at the end.
Yes. Now, obviously, many people will know Corner Shop from Sleep on the Left Side and Brimful of Asher.
And could I also offer into that collection lessons were learned from Rocky 1 to Rocky 3?
Yeah. If you're expecting those...
Right.
Don't.
Okay.
It's not that.
That's all right.
Because this is early Corner Shop.
Yeah.
When they were still finding themselves.
Yes. It's quite interesting. I heard earlier this year, I think it was, a new single by Corner Shop.
Yeah, because they're still going. They're still there.
They are, but they've got different guest vocalists
Yes.
in, which makes for quite... I think for a band whose sound is quite associated with their singer, I think it's quite interesting to say then, do you know what? Yeah, we're not gonna do that now. We're gonna have somebody different singing on here, because that's a bold move. But then they've never been scared of making a bold move as a band, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So good. I shall look forward to that.
Hopefully you will.
Our other bit of admin is also to plug
yes.
the Junior Eurovision Farty or Party podcast, which this year, declaration, I'm not involved with.
No, it's just me and Marcus.
Yeah. It's you and your other man.
Yes. So there are 18 songs, so we've got 4 podcasts coming your way. We've done most of them already. Junior Eurovision is on... Look, what
Cocaine?
date is it? It's on...
Ketamine?
Saturday, I believe it's Saturday the 13th.
Okay.
So they should be out maybe about the 6th, 7th-ish. 6, 7.
Oh, will you stop it? And will that be on the same feed as where you're currently hearing? Yes.
So that'll be on the ESC Armchair website.
Yep.
And we'll post those on the feed. They're quite short.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes there's not really very much to say.
Okay.
And as you know, sometimes Marcus can be not lost for words, but he'll say something like, here's a little bit, like, I liked it when they did this in the video. And I'm like, Marcus, it's a podcast.
This is an audio format, dear.
What you just did there, they can't see. You're going to have to explain that using words.
Yes.
So, yes.
Okay.
Miming doesn't work well.
I shall look forward to editing that together. Right.
Right, we will be back next year.
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. If you like what we're doing, or you've got anything you want to say, find us on Albumble on Twitter. You can find us on Blue Sky.
We're on Cheese Strings.
Yeah.
We're on Craft Singles. We are on
Philadelphia.
Red Leicester.
Yeah.
We are on
Camembert.
Double Gloucester.
A
We
nice
are
truckle of something.
I really fancy some cheese for lunch now.
It's lunchtime, darling, so you can have some.
Right. Don't give away when we record this. Good Lord.
Right. Okay. Happy Christmas, everybody.
Jingle bells.
We'll see you in the new year. We should have really done something Christmassy, shouldn't we?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm not sitting through a whole Christmas album.
Okay.
Prove me right. If anyone wants to get in touch with us and prove me wrong, I don't believe there is a single decent Christmas album out there. And that's an album, not an EP. I know some people have done EPs with Christmas stuff.
And not a compilation
are passable.
one.
No compilations. If somebody has actually recorded a Christmas album that is not an absolute drudge after 2 or 3 songs, do let us know.
And we'll do that next year. Maybe.
We're still going to be doing this
Maybe.
next year?
Who knows?
Okay.
Right. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Thanks for explaining.
Bye.
See ya.